August 12th in the O2 Arena, we are going to be getting Anthony Joshua against Dillian Whyte 2. It's almost been 8 years since they last fought. What was, I believe, the first AJ pay-per-view. I grumbled at the time. I was thinking, look, this isn't even for a world title. You're pushing this narrative of a grudge match just through the fact that AJ lost an amateur fight. And kind of clasping for straws. But in fairness, Dillian Whyte played his part. He jabbed, he called AJ Femi, said he's fake. These are things people still believe are true. And he chin-checked AJ in the second with a good hook before getting drilled in the 7th with that punch. He just can't seem to avoid the uppercut. It is not surprising at all that this is on pay-per-view. Back in the day, this would just be what it is, two guys on the comeback trail, supposedly. Even though, because of inactivity levels, even the word comeback just sounds like a joke. You can't be on a rebuilding kind of process if you fight so infrequently. We know how boxing works these days. We've just seen the fight that got announced involving Tyson Fury. It's just about trying to make money. And the fact is, no matter how many times Dillian Whyte gets sparked with an uppercut, he's somebody people know, especially in the UK, and that sells. Similar to how the first fight kind of turned out, though, this rematch does promise to be exciting. Somebody should get stopped because both guys are not only flawed, that has been quite well illustrated on the different paths they've both taken to meet up again, but many people think they're both damaged goods. And there's a lot of evidence to suggest that. I mean, mentally, AJ, sure, Dillian Whyte's chin has been cracked so many times now. These guys might go a bit more easily now off the cuffing kind of shots. They may be tentative here and there, but both don't have great stamina, both guys hit hard, and both guys are kind of vulnerable now. And this symmetry continues with the fact that both guys' last opponent was American Jermaine Franklin. Many people felt Franklin beat Whyte, even though he got the L on the decision. And while AJ got a more clear-cut W over Franklin, ironically, it just highlighted what has gone wrong with AJ. Many people have said it. The guy has lost his mojo. He does not conduct himself in the way he used to. He has changed his style a little bit, and not for the better. It's ironic because he thinks himself more safe, and he might not get knocked out or be as vulnerable, but he is just guaranteeing defeat that much more by fighting the way he does. In terms of a technicality thing I've noticed, AJ pre-Ruiz, and in the first Ruiz fight, he used to barge his way into the preferred fighting range. He'd go, right, in I go, and then he'd let his hands go with the uppercuts and the hooks, which is really his fighting imprint. He is, I've said before, more George Foreman than he is Muhammad Ali. He doesn't fight well from the outside. It's clunky. He doesn't have much variety with his jab. He doesn't mask it. He doesn't feint. He doesn't really hook off it. There's not much variety, so actually, even though it's long, it's kind of easy to read, and he doesn't move his head. So you go back and watch that Franklin fight. Franklin's winning the battle of the jabs. AJ's head is getting popped back. It was only because of the fact he was so much bigger and Franklin didn't have enough pop that the American lost. AJ did not look comfortable in there. And the only moment he actually got a bit of a reaction from Franklin's legs is when he let a little combination go in something like round 2 or 3, and he became, just for a split second, a little bit like the old AJ. And that's why against Vladimir Klitschko, AJ, after a tentative start, he barged his way into punching range in that 5th round. He realised that I'm not doing well here, and I'm willing to take the risk, because kind of then he trusted the process, that even if I encounter trouble, I'm just going to go for it. I'm going to throw those hooks and uppercuts. I'm going to be aggressive. I'm going to make it happen, and I'm going to win. I do, though, like a lot of people, kind of think that AJ has died. Listening to him talk, trying to rationalise how he's working on different things in the ring, He's not the same guy anymore. He doesn't trust himself. The last time he truly committed to his punches with an intention to destroy was against Ruiz in fight 1 when he floored him, he got back up and he nailed him with that huge right hand. I've never seen AJ try and drill his opponent like that since. Now, because Dillian Whyte is so technically lacking, the safety first AJ might still actually be able to get the better of him without too much fuss. But the way he's fighting tends to make fights go longer, go to the distance. We saw the Pulev fight probably go longer than it should have. And that always gives your opponent another chance to just land that big one. But what do you think? Is this fight exciting? Does it really say anything in the heavyweight division? I don't think whoever wins, even if it's kind of decisive, that anyone will believe in them as a force that could go on to win a belt or of course, unify. These guys have had their chance. AJ, of course, has had quite a few of the belts. He's dropped them. He's lost them to a much superior guy. And if anything, the age these guys are, they're only going to be getting worse now. So all credit to them. It probably will be an exciting fight, but I don't think it means that much in the heavyweight division anymore, which is crazy to say, such a far cry to that golden boy, or at least how he was buttered up by Matchroom and the things Eddie Hearn used to say about him, the whole plan, the mission to become undisputed. That is definitely a thing of the past.